been a while since I've done one of these videos. What kind of video am I talking about? You should know by now. Greetings, comrades. This is Caleb back with another unboxing video. It's been a while since I've done one of these because, well, money's been a little tight for me lately. It's getting better though. I've been cutting back on most superfluous purchases. You know, focusing on more important things like, you know, food and bills. And yeah. That, and I figured I was pretty much good with like electronics for a while, but I saw this on sale for like 20 bucks. I figured, you know what, I might as well get it. Especially in anticipation for the new HyperKing controller coming out, the HyperKing competitor. I'll show it here. And if you can't tell by looking at it, it's basically an Xbox controller in a DualSense shape. And I'm looking forward to getting one of those because, well, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Now, if you remember a few months ago, I uploaded a video comparing the controllers for the three consoles, the Xbox Series, PS5, and the Switch. And I mentioned I did like the Xbox controller for comfort and ease of use on PC. And also says the DualSense controller is good for like everything else. You know, the immersion with the haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, you know, the smoother joysticks, especially those anti-friction rings. And yeah, PC support has greatly improved, especially if you have DSX on Steam. And yeah, it made me kind of get back to the symmetrical layout. Even though I use both, I've been using the good old DualSense layout more. And I've been using the DualSense Edge a lot with GTA 5 on PC. Which reminds me, if you haven't been keeping up lately, the recent update for the PS5 allows you to sync the DualSense controller and DualSense Edge here to more than one device. Like before, you can only sync it to one device at a time. If you want to sync it to your PC, you can do that, but if you want to sync it back to the PS5, you have to resync it. Whereas here, you can actually sync it up to 4 devices. You can actually hold the PS button and one of the 4 face buttons, and, you know, go through the usual Bluetooth connection methods there. But anyway, that's beyond this scale of this video. TLDR, you can use it on more than one device, and I've been using the DualSense controllers more than the Xbox controllers, which is one of the reasons I sprung for one of these. Now, Red Bandana Gaming did a video this a while back, and they really had some interest in it, and especially given the aesthetic of it. And might as well say what it is. This is the Gamesir Tegenaria, I don't know how you pronounce that. Tegenaria Lite, and yeah, you can't tell, it's a symmetrical layout controller, and you still can't tell, it's meant to emulate the original DualShock 1 controller, at least when it comes to like the color. You can barely see the color mimicking the face buttons for the original PlayStation. You know, blue cross, red circle, green triangle, purple square. And yeah, especially though, this is already a cheap controller. It's like definitely less than $30. In fact, both controllers now are like $20. Well, the white one is $20. This is normally goes for $26, but this was also, it became the same price. So I thought, you know what, I might as well jump on it. And yeah, the name Tegenaria, I can see what they're going for here. I looked it up, and Tegenaria is a species of spider, which that's cool. I never heard that. I guess in a way it kind of relates to the Tarantula Pro, which is also named after a spider, and coincidentally also has a symmetrical layout for the thumbsticks. And yeah, you can use it for the PC, Switch, Steam, iOS, and Android. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this is a wired controller. So if you want to use it on the Switch, it's going to have to be docked. So yeah, something to keep in mind. But yeah, the anti-stick experts, yeah, the Gamesir are known for their Hall Effect joysticks, and recently their TMR joysticks, which are even better. Because I have the Cyclone 2 and of course the Tarantula Pro. But yeah, programmable rear buttons, as is a rear button, and there are 2 rear buttons. Drift-proof Hall stick, again, 2 sticks, not just 1. Grip vibration, a software glyph swap, Okay, so that's one go like the Nintendo layout or the everything else layout, I like to call it. You see that here. That's all in other languages. You got the Hall effect setting switches, anti-drift and ultra longevity. Yeah, these are Hall effects, not TMRs. Still reliable though, compared to potentiometers. Durable membrane buttons. Okay, they expected, especially for this price range. You know, $20. You know, can't expect anything super fancy. Unless you go for the G7 Pro, which I may get later down the road, but it's no urgency. I've heard a lot of good things about it though. Heard a few mixed things about it as well, but hey. Still cheaper than getting a first-party controller these days, right? Anyway, high durability analog membrane triggers. You got the anti-slip laser texture grips. Always kind of like those. 2 mappable back buttons. From the looks of it, doesn't have the back button locks, which some of the other Gamesir controllers have. And asymmetric motors, real sensation. Yeah, about what you expect for a controller of this price range. But yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons I sprung for this because I've been using the DualSense controllers a lot, and even the DualShock 4 when playing GTA 5 and other games on PC lately. And I'm also excited for the Hyperkin Competitor, which, yeah, I love the Xbox layout, but I'm kind of growing more attached to the PlayStation layout. You know, times change. I still love both, I just use one a little more. Okay, so we got your... Okay. I was checking for a second. Got your usual instruction manual, little seal of approval or whatever. And that's pretty much it. Here's the controller. Yeah, very exciting. Yeah, permanently affixed cable. Something to keep in mind. But it is USB. So yeah, that's one of the reasons it's so cheap. The cable's not removable. But, you know, no big deal. I have a few controllers with non-removable cables. Doesn't bother me that much. Might bother some though, especially if you're used to like wireless controllers. But if you're using this mainly for PC and stuff, it shouldn't be a big deal since the tower's right there. If you're using it on the Switch though, yeah, good luck. Anyway, so holding this, it almost feels more like a DualShock 4 controller because it's a bit more rounded here compared to the DualSense, which is like has a little more of an angle, like on where the pinky is. Yeah, almost feels like a DualShock 4 controller in my hands, minus the back buttons here. And yeah, so there's been no trigger locks here, or back button locks. Got a little sticker here, don't really need that. Yeah. Yeah. Feels nice in the hand here. Like I said, feels like a DualShock 4. Even the thumbsticks feel good. Though the traditional Gamesir style thumbsticks that kind of mimic the Xbox style, where it's like part convex, part concave. So you're still like grip and your thumbs rest neatly in the middle, depending on how you hold it. I usually hold my thumbsticks like this. You know, put my thumb here, rest right in the middle. Some people use their thumb tips. You know, personal preference. So here's the D-pad. Feels nice enough. You get your start, share and option buttons, capture and home, which I'm assuming these are going to be the plus and minus for Switch. I don't see any indicators for those, but I'm going to make that assumption. I'm not really going to use it for Switch, mainly for PC. Your buttons have a nice little click to it. Okay. Yeah. I don't think there's much else to say about this. It emulates the original PS1 color scheme, and there's those color indicators for those face buttons there. And here's your M button, which I guess you use to program the rear buttons, which would be silly if it doesn't. And let's see. Oh, you know what? This isn't an instruction manual. It just join the Gamesir Discord. And okay, here's the manual here. As it slips up, flies out of my hand and falls on the floor. So yeah, you can just pause the video and scan those QR codes, and you can get the manuals there. T3 Lite, or the Tegenaria. Again, weird naming convention with the Gamesir controllers, but you know, if it works, it works. And yeah, for $20, you know, I dare say you could do a lot worse. So anyway, that is the Gamesir Tegenaria. Again, I don't know really think of the names there, but and yeah, definitely nice little PC controller. And even if it doesn't thrill me, hey, it was only $20, so you can't really complain. Now, I do eventually plan on getting a Hyperkin competitor, and it doesn't come out till the end of the month, like October 29th, as far as pre-orders go. And yeah, I'll probably wait till maybe Christmas time to order one of those, and maybe a G7 Pro. Nothing set in stone yet, because the holidays around. Be focusing more on like prepping up the holiday meals and whatnot. And yeah, it's gonna be a pricey endeavor. That my heating bill's gonna go up when it gets cold, but it's still like in the 80s and 90s right now. That's Texas for you. But anyway, yeah, I did mention I was taking a little break from uploading, and I technically still am. I just tried to get this little unboxing out of the way because, you know, I just ordered this on a whim. And $20, you know, if it doesn't work out great, hey, you get what you pay for. But Gamesir, they have a pretty good reputation, so I think this will be good. But yeah, maybe next week or so, I'll get back to Dwarf Fortress and whatnot. But until then, this is Caleb signing out. Have a good day.